Good morning, this is Ralph C. Jensen. I'm the editor-in-chief of Security Products Magazine. Visiting with Scott Schnell of VideoIQ at ISC West. Scott, thank you for taking a few moments this morning.
My pleasure, Ralph.
Well, let's talk about VideoIQ and what you're doing and what end users can expect to see from you in 2010.
Great. Well, thanks very much. Well, VideoIQ builds a line of innovative IP surveillance products. Our cameras are more than a camera. They have a built-in NVR, they have video intelligence, and they're able to detect threats, and they're able to alert personnel when something is on your property. And they can do all sorts of very advanced features with this new type of video intelligence. Now, what we're introducing at the show today here are several new cameras. Our line of conventional resolution dome cameras that have a built-in 160 gigabyte NVR, machine intelligence, and an advanced PIXM sensor for wide dynamic range day-night imaging. We're also introducing a visual AI identical product that is a true 1080p high-definition camera, and that gives you more analytic detail to spot threats at greater distances. It also gives you the ability to have a much wider field of view, so one camera can do the job of 2 or 3. Finally, we're introducing a line of cameras that are purposely designed for integration with the leading VMS products in the enterprise market today. So there's a lot from VideoIQ that's being introduced at the show today.
Scott, it sounds like these cameras are perfect for various verticals.
Yes.
And let's talk about those verticals for just a second.
Sure. VideoIQ's cameras are used very widely in several key markets today. One of them is municipal surveillance. Cities around the United States and around the world are installing VideoIQ cameras because they can literally sit like a remote sentinel on a pole top, recording video locally and never needing any network bandwidth to do their job. When they see a threat, a loiterer, a drug deal going down, whatever might be happening in that city, they can send an alert to the police or to a monitoring agency and enable immediate response. This is something that can't be done with conventional cameras because they require a very high-capacity network just to store the video in the first place. Another really interesting market for VideoIQ is the education marketplace. One of the biggest problems in high schools today across America is vandalism. It costs hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of damage, which comes out of our taxpayer money. And so VideoIQ cameras, when school's out, look for trespassers on school premises and alert roving guards who can quickly address problems and prevent damage to America's schools.
You know, everybody wants to talk about technology, what's coming down the road. So that's really my last question is, what do you see through the rest of this year, the technology that's available, and where you're going?
Okay. Well, I certainly, if you've walked the show, you've seen a lot of other vendors starting to put storage at the edge. Storage at the edge is the latest trend in technology within surveillance. And the reason is simple. It costs a tremendous amount of money to put a network in that can backhaul all the video from standard and particularly high-definition cameras. Now, since most video is never used, why haul it back to central storage? By putting storage in the camera, you save an enormous amount of money, and you enable the deployment of cameras over wireless networks, over 3G networks, that was never really possible before. That's probably the biggest trend we see. And then the second trend is the use of intelligence. With more and more cameras at every site, it becomes more and more challenging for security personnel to actually sift through all that video and find the evidence that matters. With intelligence, the camera actually knows when there's a person in the field of view, and so it's very easy to find the threats in recorded video.
Scott, thank you very much for your time. It's certainly always my pleasure to visit with you about security matters. I hope this has been a great show. I hope you have lots of follow-up. Thanks again for visiting with me at ISC West.
Thank you, Ralph. It's been great to talk to you as well.
Thank you.